What is the thing that has to come from, and what did it come from?
Okay, so if we exist in an image, right, then everything came from light, right? Light makes the image, the eternal light. It gives the plants the light to give us oxygen to survive. It runs our cars, the internet, like our phones,
Normally,
everything.
when I say somebody's trying to sound photosynthesis, it's a joke. But this is a weird case where they're actually trying to sound photosynthesis by sounding photosynthesis. I've never seen that before. That's actually fascinating. Are you just in roundabout sort of ways trying to tell me that the universe has a creator because it has to have a creator because the universe exists?
Right, if it's already been created for you to experience, then it had to have been created prior to you being here, right? So it had
The
to been.
universe is created?
Well, yes, everything of material has been formed, right? The hairs on your head,
When?
your teeth. What do you mean when?
Yeah, when was the universe created? Nobody told me that.
You don't believe in the Big Bang either?
I do. The Big Bang didn't create anything.
It didn't. Because we all have the atoms that came out of that.
Do you know that matter and energy cannot be created or destroyed?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. We
Okay,
came
so
from
it's
an.
not created.
Okay, so the only thing that existed before the matter formed our bodies was it electrical energy, right? That some people call spirit, like an invisible source.
I don't know anybody that calls it that. So the idea that the universe has always existed doesn't mean it goes on for an infinite amount of time backwards. It just means that it never didn't exist. Now,
Well, no, it
there wouldn't have
couldn't
been
have
matter
always.
in the form that we see it today, but there could have been energy, which could have been reducible maybe to nothing other than a quantum field, for example, and that can be eternal.
Saying the quantified field could be eternal, even
Yes.
though it hasn't materialized yet.
A quantum field isn't really, well, I don't know what you mean by materialized. It just exists.
Not really sure where to go with that.
Um, I mean, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to do the math. And even if I did, I don't know if that would be helpful at all. But this is something that physicists work on and can, describe and understand to a certain extent. But the biggest thing is there's really no logical problem with it, meaning there's no logical necessity to invoke an outside creation of the universe.
So you think that the creation was created from internally?
I don't think it was created
Then how are you experiencing it?
because I exist.
By existing, you are following the rules of creation, not creating.
What are the rules of creation?
Creation means it's already been finished. Creating means you are creating it, making it, producing it at the moment you are experiencing it.
I have no idea what you're trying to say. So the matter and energy in the universe is conserved, and that matter and energy can transform and take into, it can transform into new forms. So things can happen in the
Right.
universe.
So technically, like when you leave your body, you could be me next, right? And I
No,
could
I
be you talking to
no, I
that
don't
self.
believe in reincarnation.
Well, that's technically goes against what you just said, like a contradiction.
It's
It could
absolutely
be.
in no sense is it a contradiction. You can buy, you could, like, I don't know, I could take random groceries out of my fridge and then put them into a bin with a bunch of sterile dirt. And then if I let that sit there for a long time, it eventually could turn into topsoil. And then that topsoil could be used to grow and fertilize plants. And so the material that is in the soil, literally some of it becomes part of the living tissue of that new plant, right? No reincarnation has happened. We haven't made anything new. All that's happened is The plant has sucked carbon dioxide that's already in the atmosphere up and combined it with other things like water and borrowed energy from sunlight and micronutrients in the soil, and the plant grew. Nothing was created in the sense that something that didn't used to exist now exists, except in terms of like these conventions with which we label things. It's literally just a recycling of matter and energy, transforming it into new things.
So a recycling of energy.
Matter and energy. Yep.
But you don't believe in reincarnation, which is a recycling of energy.
I find that to be a very it's hard to think of how to put this, because I was going to say a very unserious framing of reincarnation, but I regard reincarnation to be an absolutely goofy thing to begin with. So how do you straw man an idea that is stupid to begin with? I'm not really sure, but no, reincarnation is the idea that a person, like literally, like their conscious experience or memory or something, gets re-uploaded into a new organism. I don't believe in that, and nothing about the way we understand matter and energy cycling in the universe supports an idea like that.
Well, that's just the thing. If we all came from one source, right, that already created all things all at the same time, then there's only this to experience from both perspectives.
What created everything at the same time?
Light.
What does that mean?
Right. If you say that Big Bang is true, what is the Big Bang? It's a big light, right?
No.
And sound follows light, right? So
no.
So sound, material, followed the light.
What is this? Where there's lightning, there's thunder at argument. I don't know what to even say. So the light from the Big Bang created everything at the same time.
Right, but it was like a little tiny little ball with everything already in it, like
no.
You said, right? Like a pea-sized full mass.
I never said that.
Well, that's what the scientists say.
No, they don't.
Everything is something the size of a pea.
No, they don't.
Have you never Googled the Big Bang?
Yes, I have. I've read books about it. I've Googled it. I've talked to people that study this kind of thing, and they don't say that.